3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? RDV here with my Mountain Dew. And my co-host,
Pinky extended.
Vicky Extended.
That's-
My co-host, as always, Mr. Eric Breen. Oh, we are talking about some fun stuff tonight. We got a lot of books tonight for me. For you guys to check out. New books and old books. And then Zach's going to show up later, and we'll see what he has. I did not get any Marvel books today because, well, we all heard about the accident from last week. If you haven't, last week a semi truck that was delivering from the Plattsburgh, New York warehouse got an accident, and some people died. So boxes for, at least for my area, Wisconsin, I think Illinois, and a few other states, where basically our shipments for Marvel this week are now kind of pushed back. So I didn't have really Marvel books anyway, so it would have been $2. I saved money. I bought them. Spent the money on back issues. Probably like I said, if someone denies me a book that I probably wouldn't give a two shits about owning, I could spend it on other stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that because people lost their lives. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep my usual snark on the shelf and
No.
send my condolences to the families of the drivers.
Yeah, like I said, like that's horrible. Of course, I've heard all the jokes people were trying to sell books on eBay because they're a shortage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's Storm number 1. It's now even less prints out there. But I'm sure they'll probably get more prints, second printings, whatever. Because They said basically the whole thing is they sent out to all the shops. I don't know if you got one, but at least the shops by me, they said they're going to be printing out new books.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a top 5. I wouldn't have bought any Marvels anyway, but ask me why I don't have a top 5.
I'm curious. I think I know the answer, but I'll ask anyway. Why don't you have a top 5?
Because at our store, sometimes when the new issue of a book comes out, we put the prior issue next to it. If it's on a second printing or to kind of spur more sales. Well, my dumbass grabbed my second copy of Nightclub number 4. So
that's okay.
Henceforth, that would have been the 5th book, but now I have a top 4.
Do you guys put like I think it says new, like a bright orange or anything like that, or it says new behind the new issues?
Oh, we probably did once upon a time. Now we
just kind of throw them up there.
Yeah, we did yesterday, and honestly, sometimes I'm so scattershot. I wouldn't. You could have that in flashing neon, and I might.
That's the only thing that will stop me from buying a back issue by mistake, because he puts the cardboard behind it, and he has the neon orange tape, and it says new.
It could say it could be a sign that says, "You already have this one, dumbass. Don't grab this one." I'd grab that one. That's just.
I used to do that back in the day. That's how I had like multiple copies of Spider-Man and Thor, which I turned out to be pretty good. I was able to sell those for quite a few because I had extra copies. Yeah. The days before piracy, when you had a reader copy and the one you wanted to keep mint. All right. So speaking of comic books, I got a few right here. We got about 11 books. They're new. Hello to Marania, first and best. Undead Quinn, what's going on? Coming in second. And third, Hail Marania Vankman. And I can't. Sagacious. Yeah. Breen? Okay.
Well, I hope you can pronounce Breen.
No. I'm not that drunk. No.
Now, Mountain Dew is pretty potent.
It is. Yeah. The new chemicals they put in there. Yeah. It's going to turn my teeth green. The food dye. They'll ask me, how was the Hulk?
Who is the Hulk?
Couldn't tell you.
So did you invite Frugy on tonight?
I have not invited Frugy. I don't know if he's available or not. If he is
I don't know if he
available,
is either, because he hasn't released his top three, bottom three, middle three.
usually he does. Hold on a second.
Well, sometimes it's not till Friday morning.
He might be working. A lot of times he's working on, and when I do invite him, the one night I do invite him, he's not working probably.
Well, I'm sure he figures he's got a standing invitation.
Yeah, there's no sitting room.
As I'm sure Ash does, and I wonder where he is tonight.
Not sure, but I'll send them out on Twitter. All right. But other than that, it's been a pretty busy day for me. She's posting Captain Frugal's.
Oh, I guess he did release it. I didn't get the notification.
He did something earlier. Is that what it is? It was
May
something
have.
about. Is it Spider-Man? I think. I'm not sure. Or something. Something canceled. Can't remember.
No, that's okay. That's
Maybe that's what it
well,
is.
that's blows. I usually get his notifications.
It's throw it on there. And all right, links are out. All right, Batman was right. That's what it was. It was something like yeah. Couldn't remember what the exact title was, but yeah,
Oh,
there was.
speaking of Batwoman, Joseph Corallo, I call him Joe, sent something to me today. The first or the Batman Silver Age Omnibus Volume 1 came out. He got his in the mail today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I should just send a link to Joe, see if he wants to jump on. This might be a long stream.
Now, I don't think he's got his new books anyway, so it's
Yeah. Well, I usually invite people on so they can make fun of my books that I'm getting. That's how it goes. Stupid kid still buying Marvel after 2012.
all right. Well, you got 11 books. Let's roll because I don't know how long this is. My closing play is going to last.
I can't hear you. What?
Well, maybe it'll freeze while I'm doing this. I know it's not the same as when Pixel does it.
I can't see it. I can only see pixels from that distance. All right, my number 11. I'm guessing this is the final issue because it said at the end of this book. Let me full screen myself. Kamen Rider 01, issue number 4. Good to see a new Hulkbuster armor, I guess. I don't know if he's ever used it in the TV show, but he uses it here to fight against a villain. And they basically, it feels like it's going to continue, but it says the end at the end. So I don't know what's going on with Titan. But honestly, this is not a bad book. It's a book that probably for people who are fans of the TV show who know more about it, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I'm trying to. I've been trying to watch the show. It's free on Tubi. You can watch all the seasons. It's Power Rangers, but the villains use guns and shoot people in the head. Like it's like a much more adult version of Power Rangers. You know, it's not aimed for kids, even though it is with the toys. But I mean, like, I would say late teens, maybe. You know, till high school years, but yeah, like I said, it's got good art. This is Brandon Easton on there, and it has art by Henry Presietta. Yeah. So overall, honestly, it's above mid. There's nothing in there that's offensively bad or but it is basically based off the show. So if you don't like the show, you're not gonna like the book, and The bad thing about this series is the fact that if you've never watched the show, you go into this, you're not going to know what's going on. So I know Titan did a Cowboy Bebop, which is kind of the same thing too, which didn't really tell you. If you ever watched the anime, you're not going to know what's going on really. You know, they give you a little bit, but I don't know. It's weird seeing Titan getting these IP books. Usually that's the IDW thing. All right. Number 10, The Ambassadors. This really was pretty much a mid-issue for me.
Ash is rolling over in his grave.
What can I say? The main character, just kind of, I don't know, didn't really irritate me, but it's like it's that his character. I'm expecting like all of a a good plot story here. He's just an old guy who a former prime minister or deputy prime minister of Australia, who's always made all these homophobic slurs and all against stuff when he was helping his son run for campaign, and then you find out that he's actually closeted gay. And so basically, but she says, "Look, I'll let you be the hero or the powers, but you have one thing. You have to have you can't have a secret identity. You have to have the public identity to basically atone for his ways, I guess, to show proof that people can change." The only thing, like I said, I was just like, okay, I'm done with the PR stuff, the morale stuff. At the end, they show you, they introduce you more to the villains again. And they are pretty brutal. Like I said, I could have just skipped this guy's whole entire thing. He was boring. He wasn't as offensive as I'm Alex, I'm gay. But I mean, it's like, other than that, it's like, I don't care,
Oh, Zach's asking if you missed the link.
Oh,
So I just looked at that and said, oh, it's the Superstar Billy Graham issue.
I could have sworn I gave it to you this morning in the Discord. Let me look. My bad. Let's wait for Discord to load now. But usually Zach's usually late anyway, so it's early. Oh, you got the top 5 one. Okay, I knew I said you one, so my bad. You know what it was? I made this stream while I was talking to Pixel.
Isn't this the top 5?
No, this is the best of the week.
Oh, that was top 5 Tuesday.
Yeah. I just gotta wait for Discord to actually start up. There it goes. And send you a link in a second. All this professionalism here, guys. This is what we do here.
This channel positively reeks of it.
It's totally awesome, bro.
Or it just positively reeks. I don't know.
All right. I sent him the link. Everybody cry now.
What are you talking about? Zach equals ratings.
Yeah, I didn't specify whether you cry happy tears or cry, sad tears, but overall, like I said, it just felt kind of flat for me. I said the best part about it was the fact that at the end you show you more about the villains, you learn more stuff, and they say there's a traitor at the end. The bad guy says we have a traitor on the team, so you're less speculating who the traitor is.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, ratings?
Yeah, I would like to see that math, sir. Nobody is lining up to see me.
All right. So that was my number 10. This is my number 9.
Oh, wow. You got a lot more books this week than I did.
Yeah, I have a whole box of Engeltine, plus I got back issues, too.
I've only got... Well, I know Engeltine has back issues. He just moved a bunch of boxes. I got 3. I got 3 books this week.
That's because you didn't get ambassadors. That's why.
I didn't get ambassador. Neither of my LCS. I had to read it like you do. I had to go yo ho yo ho.
That's probably the best way because you save money.
No, I still want to get it. I need it for my collection.
Get it a trade.
I want the issue. Anyway.
All right. Sorry. So anyway, this is my number 9. Darkwing Duck, man. It's just if you like the TV show, it's exactly captures it. No dig against Aaron Sparrow. I haven't read his run, but this done right by itself has been a fun, entertaining book. I know I do want to read Aaron's though. Aaron wrote Darkwing Duck before this, and so did a few others. I mean, I would kind of want to go back to the '90s one if I can find that and just read those. I don't think they released. I don't think they have them in trade format though.
I know they used to have DuckTale comics.
Yeah.
I saw a picture today on Instagram. Scotty
So-
Young. He did a picture of Gizmo Duck. That was amazing. I want to have a print of it. It was
So
awesome.
this is the first issue where Darkwing returns back to being a hero again because he basically had quit for a while because he felt it was too dangerous because his adoptive daughter Gosling kept getting involved. He's superheroing, so he finally gets back and it takes place in a spa of all places. You know, him and Launchpad are getting spa treatment. They run into a Liquidator, which is basically the Hydro Man. That's what I love. That's what I loved about Darkwing Duck, Breen, is that he had Spider-Man villains, / Batman villains. He have Megavolt, who's basically Electro,
right.
Liquidator, who is basically Hydro Man, Dr. Floorbush, whatever it is. You know, he's basically the Poison Ivy type. You know, and then you have the other villain here. He's basically Dr. No, almost like and No Good is his name, Dr. No Good, and he is basically Kingpin. So he had a Liquidator working for him to attack him at the spa, so he could turn the kids in the high school where Goslin is into a mindless slave army by giving them candy, because he's basically had his new organic shops taking over, organic stuff, organic towels, organic water, organic this, just so he could mind control the population. So this is the first part of a 2-part story of the new arc. I actually enjoyed it.
Cool.
All right. Number 8 is a book I've actually been enjoying. This is The Exile, Wesley Snipes' book, but whatnot. You know, this is number 4. This is action sci-fi. Aliens. Basically, his character is almost like Blade, but also he's got like doomsday powers as far as bones sticking out of him, strength. Fun issue. Each issue comes with multiple variant covers, or at least like 2 or 3. But one of the variants is usually a homage to like a movie. I believe this week was supposed to be I think it's either Aliens or it's supposed to be Men in Black. He's had a few other ones too.
Okay.
So it's like I said, it's just been kind of funny. It's like they've been taking like all movies where there's a black character and he's putting himself in that movie kind of role, the homage. Like I think it's next issue he's gonna be like Jay from Men in Black. This was the Men in Black cover. He's Agent Jay. Don't know if it's Wesley Snipes. He says Wesley Snipes is credited on there, but it's actually a different guy. Lee Lawson has been writing in it too. I think he's just kind of like what Keanu Reeves was doing. Just tells him, "Hey, I want to do this."
It's like if you watch a TV show and you see the main star under executive producer,
yeah,
means he stood in the room once for like 5 seconds. So I'm sure that's.
But this is a really gritty, like an '80s, not like They Live, but it's basically aliens have been living on Earth, and then there's been these secret black ops team, kind of like the Men in Black, oppressing them in a sense, and so basically. He's basically forced to reconcile with his ex-wife, who basically left him because and over everything. He ends up rescuing her at the end of this after she's taken hostage because they want to know where he is. The rogue aliens because And then the other group, it's like the Men in Black, are afraid of him because he thinks he's gonna rise up and be the Messiah for these aliens, these refugees. But overall, I do like the art. This is more a comic, would be better read if you binge it versus waiting month to month. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it reads like a TV show, like a sci-fi movie show. You know, not bad sci-fi, but more like a drama sci-fi with a little bit of action. Kind of like Blade Runner in a sense, with the pace.
Blade Runner.
Number 7.
Speaking of 7, before you get, that's the size of our audience, and I may have overrated Zach.
You definitely overrated me.
It shows us at 8.
Oh, then maybe not.
Well, I'm watching on Twitch. That's why.
Oh, that's why. There you go.
Now we're at 9. See, I hold the cheesecake. It works.
I thought that's well. We got the beef under me, and we got the cheesecake in Venkman's hand. So we got it covered.
Yeah. Breen, you were asking me about this early in the week if I read it.
Yes.
I enjoyed this. I thought this was a well start for this, and of course it's Dan Abnett writing.
I'm a little surprised it's that far down on your list then.
Because the problem is that there's so many good books on my list. They all kind of equal around the same as far as me liking them. All pretty much. There's a lot of good books I've been reading. I mean, I haven't come across any books where they're awful, like or at least bad issues. But no, it's 1940s. It takes place, and basically Vampirella is there running. She's put on their assignment with I think her name's Dynamite. Dynamite,
yeah.
Yeah, Dynamite, yeah. And they're basically there running not a speakeasy, but basically like a bar, a nightclub.
That is a speakeasy.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Speakeasies were still a thing in the late 40s.
Those were during the Depression.
Yeah. But anyway, there's this villain called Mr. Fix-It. I got a chuckle out of that. I was like,
okay.
Because
clever.
On this planet, on this version of this Earth, superpowers were invented in the first super person came around in like 1919, just before the 1920s, and so they were involved in the First World War, and then in the second one, there was a second one where there was basically this evil scientist, evil supervillain who has powers, was giving powers to the people, so the heroes created a way to give people powers. And they call it the fix, pretty much. And it gives you, some people give them permanent superpowers, other people give them temporary powers. The people who got temporary powers are now addicted to it, and they're doing what they can. So supposedly this villain's dead, but the main super bad villain, but it's, but they don't know who it is. They've been trying to figure out who it is, and then we got this called the S-Men, who are basically like government spooks that are basically hunting down, trying to locate this. And then you got Vampirella, who's like incognito with Dynamite, basically trying to find them too. I gotta say, I'm liking this a lot better than the previous run.
I enjoy this bit, but I kind of like when little time, out of time type thing. So
yeah. Of course, you got the one I like about this. They actually, because it's 1940s, there was always going to be a drunk guy, a handsome actor, drunk guy, heading on a good-looking dame. And of course, she says like, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm working." And he's like, "Well, how about Friday and Sunday?" He's like, "I work every day, sir." But it looks like it's going to be cool. I mean, as far as my question is, like, there's two. We call them S-Men, but they basically are G-Men. They both have powers. They're both part of the basically called it. I guess you'd say the Invaders, the Marvel version. Oh, okay. But and one of them kills this guy who's hooked up on the fix. Because he's his partner, shoots him in the head, blows his head off. Before and of course that makes you suspicious. Is this guy corrupt? But we'll find out next issue. 1940s, man, Vampirella. I know you liked the other one shot they had, Zach. Remember you read that one? Yeah, the 40s.
Yeah. You know what? I've got it over here too. Swords of Sorrow, I think it was.
Might have been.
But
Uh,
by the way,
yeah.
real quick, Maranya, no, this is still the old Etch-a-Sketch.
This one?
Just trying to get through. I'm ordering it tomorrow, trying to get through the stream.
Unless you're thinking of the one that Breen read and he didn't like.
No, I'm not talking about the three sisters, the Scarlet Sisters. I'm talking about it was a Vampirella story where she went back she's in the 40s. She's time traveling, and she had to stop this guy who was trying to do this ritual in this castle.
I might have it.
And use her as a what's called.
Zach, did you like Scarlet Sisters?
No, I did not.
No,
that was awful.
I did not buy it after your glowing recommendation. I would have, but you saved me the cover price there.
JR, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about a book, not real life. So if you're talking about real life history, war stuff, yeah, that doesn't apply to the books. This is fantasy.
Yeah, you get that smart stuffs out of here.
Yeah, and there only was 2 big wars.
Yeah. What about the War of 1812?
Hey, what year was that fought?
That'd be funny if that was the first time I've heard it.
Do you know who won?
It's what's funny is how many people can't answer that.
Yeah. That's just sad.
You're right. That is just kind of sad.
That just makes me cry.
All right, number 6.
I was homeschooled.
Is Belle.
Oh, nice.
As I'm reading this one shot, again, to just continue on for the story, I was trying to figure out, put a place on where the humor reminds you of. The humor reminds, if you ever watched the Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, with her sarcastic comments stuff, that's basically what Annabelle does in these books. She thinks she gets overconfident, and then it always comes back to bite her in the butt. And just constantly got someone in her ear who's basically telling her, it's like, well, if you did this, you wouldn't have this. She's like, yeah. It's like, and it basically, she actually acts like a kid, despite being, I guess she's like college age, I guess, early 20s. But overall, this issue, basically, she gets, and she's been having these dreams where she's like, she's awake, but she's not awake. And she's caught in this dream world where these creatures are attacking her. And they kind of look like the things of Stranger Things, because everybody wants to copy Stranger Things with those beasts, the face open up, and the tongue comes out, there's an eyeball in this one. Apparently, from her last encounter with this other villain, she has dream energy in her that allows her to reach out into the dream world, out from her subconscious. And she meets this other girl who's blind at the library. Turns out that she's actually a mystical sage, or sorry, Dalton's gonna kill me because butchered words, but oh well. But she helps her out in the battle, and then at the end, of course, because every cliche thing, after the battle's over, they bump into each other again on the street, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're that girl that helped me out in the dream world," and that's how it ends, basically. Like I said, fun story, always action, a lot of humor. All right, top 5 of this week for me. All right. Number 5, Green Arrow. I'm not sure where this is going, but I did like the fact that Roy pretty much became Joshua Williamson Reynolds said that Roy is Arsenal, and he has a lot of weapons.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool shot.
Oliver Queen in the future, or at least we don't. Actually, I don't think he's even in the future. I think he's just on another planet.
I think he just went galaxy hopping.
Yeah, because they even said that on this planet they haven't had a Green Lantern in like forever in their sector. So, so he's in the present. He's just on a distant planet where the Green Lanterns out, and he even joke about. He's like, "I'm in sector something." That's not my job. That's Hal's. And he's stuck there with Leon, and he's getting into his head, getting into basically what in any other city, he's become the new protector. They're rescuing the people, they're the aliens from other stuff, and there's a mafia, like a mob thing, like a Jabba the Hutt, the guy, you know. But he says like there's always some fat cat I'm going against. It how ironic! It's a giant guy alien that looks like a giant fat cat, you know. Meanwhile, while he's in the future with Leanne, and now I don't know about this, but the joke he makes about he's like, here it's a vegetarian chili. She's like what? And he's like, yeah, and he tosses it. He's like, it's like, you're right. Like it's the most disgusting chili I've ever made because the whole joke about he's the whole chili joke, I guess.
No,
I only remember that one.
Chili.
I only remember that one recipe that they had where he had his Oliver Queen's.
Him making chili, I feel like was kind of a bit. It was like a staple of his character. Not a huge one.
Like
but
was that Silver Age?
Maybe.
Nah, probably probably back to Grill.
Okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, their Waller is the big bad. I guess all the books in DC this week are just basically tying up to Waller's gonna be the big bad event crossover.
I don't hate that idea. I always thought.
I mean, if she finally goes to jail, it'll be one thing. But if they just kind of turn away and like, what's the point of it?
Well, so I'll share my thoughts for one.
But yeah, overall, enjoyable book. I just don't know where it's going. So, but it got to my top 5.
Nice.
Number 4 is The Expanse. Drink to. Villain that was once thought dead in the series is alive again. Spoilers, but I won't say whose name is. So that we can get the mystery if you ever finish the show. All your favorite characters are returning in this books. What really helps is it if you actually. It's another thing. If you've never watched the show, you're not really gonna understand it. There's a lot of spoilers as it is because it takes place after the show. It's a continuing season of the show, basically. And I think it's only gonna be like 4 issues though, which sucks. And like I say, as my first Andrew Diggle book never read by him, I'm enjoying it. I haven't got anything that's not part of the show, like any inserting politics or any characters written on the character. So,
yeah, I think he might have been writing Daredevil during Shadowland. He's been around for a while.
He did write some Green Arrow.
Yeah,
I know that because I would be like, hey, it's a Diggle, and he's writing Green Arrow, just like John Diggle in the show.
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, for me that really helps for this because I like the show. I mean, I kind of like how to end it. And I like the fact that I can read this book and I can just hear all the characters' voices from the TV show. But all right, number 3, Society of America.
Oh, you got the good cover.
I had a choice with all the covers, but I was like, I'll just get the main cover because it's $1 cheaper actually. But great up into the very end. Do you guys want me to spoil the ending, or do you guys want to wait? Ask people in the chat because I don't want to spoil it for them. They don't.
I read it. I mean,
yeah,
I did too.
There's only and you guys want to talk about the ending, the very last page. So, what Helena does. But
that was interesting to me. I was kind of interested more than anything. I was like, this is like one big rule of time travel.
She did the opposite of what her New 52 version did. In the New 52 version, I'll give you a hint. She tried to avoid making contact with her father at all costs.
Right.
Because she runs into Damien. In this version, she stupidly goes and says, "Hey, Dad, it's me, your daughter. I'm gonna save you." And he's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I don't think she actually says that,
but yeah, pretty much. That's the gif of it. I'm using exactly
peanut butter. It's the gist. The gist.
Choose you YouTubers. Choose Jeff.
How do we get in this nutty predicament? Yeah, like I said, overall good book. I just wish that she had a better costume for Alina. It's really plain Jane. I'm like, you're in the future. You have all this tech you can use, and this is what you choose is like something from the 1930s.
Nah, it's they're costumes that can easily be used for cosplayers that don't want to attract the male gaze. So it's very just kind of it's practical for real life, but these are comic books, so
You
you don't.
talk about the male gays aren't wearing these.
No, that's a but
Fun book though. I guess there's only like what 2 more issues.
It's an ongoing. It's not.
Is it gonna be ongoing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was only 6.
I feel like we've had this conversation. There's only.
We probably
6
do
books.
because there's so many books that we think are ongoings turn out to be miniseries.
So,
and vice versa.
see, I was at least hoping Vegma would go. There are only 2 more issues.
Yeah, there's only 2 more.
No, I think. No, what happened is.
I know what you mean.
butchered
It's
the
not a
title.
tumor.
It's a tumor.
It's 2 more.
My number 2 book
It's
this week.
Tiger Shark.
See, there are 2 more.
Number 2 book is a book that Eric doesn't like the art on it. But the writer, he's a better writer on this story than he is on a DC book. Been really enjoying this.
Oh.
Oh my god, the art is flat as a pancake.
That's the cover art.
I know. No, the interiors. I looked at it, I said, no, this is
The art's not bad.
no, it is bad.
Yeah.
Listen to me now, believe me later. It's bad. It's as bad as that accent.
It's okay. So anyway, 002 has been sent to kill them or bring them in, and Bond and 003 they basically have been off the grid after the whole thing with Myriad, and they learned from interrogating 002 that Myriad now controls everything, including MI6, the CIA, all that stuff, because they basically the evolved way of finding out people information. They can turn anybody's phone into a walkie-talkie. I'm like, can't they already do that? Anyway, so basically they're going to meet her contact in Rome, and it's the guy that she used to work with, the guy before Q. He was Q before Q, and he's an old friend, retired. And they're gonna get because they're gonna get weapons because they're basically gonna be going after the main bad guy soon. Of course, because 002 they let him live, despite 003 wanting to just basically shoot him in the head to keep him silent. Bond lets him live, and he basically calls up, and they meet with Moneypenny. Moneypenny helps him out. She's still on their side, despite 003 saying you can't trust her. She works for MI6, and we're wanted fugitives. And so basically what happens is all the other double O's are now basically ordered to kill them or bring them in if they can, including you see 006. They're having they're basically going to meet her contact in this little cafe area. 006 there, he pulls out his rifle. He's got 2 shells. He's gonna fire, and then Bond's going to basically notice as Bond's waiting because she wants to make contact with the guy alone. Basically the guy he goes to call her because he recognizes the guy on the table. He's got a gun, and another guy, and he says it's a trap. Before he tries to call her, his call is interrupted, and that's we learn. The guy says like we control everything, and it's like Bond surrender. You have no choice. Bond actually ends up taking one of the other agents, basically carjacking him, taking his gun, and then driving it towards the table at the end, where 003 is. Honestly, this is a lot better story than you're getting in the movies. More high octane, more spy stuff. But
who's writing it?
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
I'll tell you what. Like I said, I don't like the art, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. But considering a couple years ago we were getting Bond books written by Danny Lore, and now it's Philip Kennedy Johnson. Some people in this industry are finally starting to listen.
It just feels like a spy movie. It feels like a James Bond movie. You're gonna ask why he has blonde hair because, well, he had to dye his hair so that her be the blend in.
Blonde.
Yeah.
James Blonde.
But I love it though. Like, when they're on the there's a scene where they're on the plane together, and she's talking to him. Is like, and she says like, "What do you?" She's like, "What do you think of when you come back to Rome? The history, the civilization, all around you, or your own history that's happened here." He's like, "Well, the martinis at the black market hall." She's like, tell me. It's like, what do I think about? I think about the habits, travel partners of the man I'm here to kill. How close I'll get to him to do it, and then what I'll be drinking when it's done. He says, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry again. I'm not like you. You know."
I'm kind of wishing I was reading this now.
Yeah.
Again, but I'll tell you what tell me if I'm wrong about this. You see those on the shelf. I mean, yesterday there was like 4 different covers, which is 3 too many.
Yes.
But they were all beautiful. That I'm tired of seeing just
Beautiful art on the cover.
great cover art and mediocre at best interiors. Cause it's to me it's kind of like an indictment on where
That's dynamite. Boom Studios seems to be doing the opposite. Is it
Yeah.
because why? Because Boom gets the good artists like Dan Mora before they get poached by DC.
Well, Marvel does the same thing, and that's like I said, it's kind of annoying.
But yeah,
Man,
So,
was that 3 or 2? I lost count.
this is number 2. Or yeah. This is
Oh
my
no,
number
it was
2.
there 2 because they said 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my number 1 book is a book we've been singing the praises of on this channel for a while
Yep.
because it's only $1.99.
Yes.
My Club. I have just been loving this series, and I gotta correct something I said the other day on Tuesday. The guy on the cover here is not the guy who recruited him.
No.
It looks
cop.
like a mean version of Aaron Sparrow.
Which one? The guy on the
Guy
left?
in the middle.
Ball guy.
Yeah.
Gunnar John. Or
The
Gunnar
guy
John.
on the left, he's the president of North Korea. No. But anyway, so we finally learned about the cop and how his backstory, how he was changed, and very descriptive how he was basically forced to kill the homeless woman he had been spending the past 14 weeks with, because basically homeless people were going missing. And so he was basically posing as a homeless person. They get picked up in the cell. He tries to kill them, but they basically, in order to punish him, the big bad guy, I forgot what his name was. Like, I think it's, I want to say Crusher, but it's not it's the wrong
No,
name.
it's like Gunnar John or Gunnar
John. Yes. Well, we basically learned that he's a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
Which was kind of expected. When there's a vampire story, someone has to be a Confederate.
Really?
Didn't Scott Snyder do that with American Vampire? Didn't one of them go back
Vampire
to
Bill.
Confederacy? Yeah,
Because-
True Blood.
I
Yep.
think did Donnie Cates do that with Redneck?
I don't know about Redneck. I
I
haven't
think he
read
did.
it.
It's like in the South. So
Well,
I
no.
don't know.
If Scott Snyder did it, he would have traced it back to like millions of years ago in a vampire cave clan.
No, that's Jason Aaron.
No, that's Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder actually did it.
Jason Aaron isn't that clever.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott Snyder actually, he had the main guy was a soldier before the Confederates. He was but joined up with them, but wasn't really one of them. They kind of kicked him out because Anyway, I really enjoy this. I learned more about pretty much all the characters as far as the gang, and the kids are now basically given an ultimatum because something happens, to the policeman. I won't say, but they said, "You need to go kill your family members, or we'll kill them and you. Prove if you want to be a vampire. None of this more superhero bullshit, So they each go home, and you see them they're kind of depressed. They don't know what to do. Next issue is the final issue of this arc.
Yeah.
So the guy said was going to be bad all along turned out to be bad.
No, the guy that I think that we thought was
It was the main guy, the cop.
the guy who turned him, the undercover cop.
He's not bad. He's a good
He's
guy.
not bad. It turns out he's a good guy.
Yeah.
No, I mean the guy that was like in charge of the training.
Yeah.
Is that the cop?
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
who turned. The guy
So
who turned.
who's the
first
bad
kid.
guy?
This guy, undercover.
in
Gunner Johnny.
2 issues
I think
ago,
that's
we
what
saw.
I'm thinking of, though.
Yeah, 2 issues ago, we see this biker group basically go into this house with
House.
the 2 parents and the family and the little girl, and they slaughter him. While he's basically the other guy is I think the main kill. It basically looks like Miguel from Cobra Kai.
I bet I would have liked this book too.
It's cheap. You could very easily go pick up the other 4
See if
issues.
you'd gotten here on time. Here's my second copy of number 4 because it was next to number 5, and I zigged when I should have zagged. And not the first time I've done that over the years.
No,
but,
I got the very. So I went to my LCS later than I normally do. But it was like 30 minutes to closing time. I got the very last issue of Fight Club number 5.
it's not like I worked there or anything and had time
So-
to notice
Yeah.
that I screwed up now.
First things first, I want to say Marani is explaining it as far as Green Arrow. He's in for making chili, especially hot chili. He says only 2 people can eat it in the DC continuity without crying. I don't know if it's changed or not, but Green Arrow himself, and then the other was Batman.
Yeah. There's actually an insert. I think it's in like the 80-year anniversary book where they actually have a recipe.
That's what I mean. That's what I was talking about. They
Oh,
actually give the recipe how to make his chili.
Yeah. I have it somewhere. I kind of.
And then
Well, now Batman cries when he eats it, but Dinah can handle it because she's a strong woman.
It's too hot even for Superman.
That's right.
Mark McGrath, thank you for saying that. Andrew, I think he's talking about Andrew Diggle saying he wrote The Losers.
Oh,
I forgot that.
I caught the end of that movie the other day.
Yeah. All right. So I'll do my back issues first, what I got first, and then I'll save it after you get your stuff. And I'll do an unboxing,
My stuff's right here. $3.
since you only have a couple books.
I only got 3.
I
spent under $15 at the LCS. That's insane.
The
guy was like, "Are you okay? This is a weird week for you." I was
So
like,
this
"Yeah,
is
you don't have
the
Ambassador."
last new thing that I bought.
Oh, nice.
Compendium number 2. So
Zoinks.
yeah, paid the full $100.
Ooh.
Yeah, but honestly, I really love this series, and I think it's worth it. Hardcover, the compendium. This is issues 48 through 96, including Invincible Returns number 1 and Astounding Wolfman number 1.
Does it include the Spider-Man crossover though?
I'm not well, I don't know what that'd be called.
That's Marvel Team Up number 14 for
Yeah,
those
as it said that yet, so that might be later, or they might not because they don't have rights to it. I don't know. how that works.
Maybe if it's Marvel, yeah.
It's
maybe.
like Marvel DC versus DC. You're not gonna see them reprint that because neither one of them can
Yeah, one
do it
of them
without the
will
others.
agree to it. Yeah.
But yeah, thick book, man. So, all right, we'll quickly do my little back issues here. There's only 15 of them, so don't worry.
Only 15 back issues. Nice. Every week of the year.
It says there, Turner, Roger Stern, Tom Grell, Brett Beating, and Lex Luthor. This is number 1. You see there? This is from 19. What year is this?
96 and 5.
95. Number 2. Number 3.
Actually.
Number 4. Yeah. I saw these. They're like, dude, I got these for half off, so 50 cents each. Cause the Jackal.
I miss this era of Superman.
Ooh, Maxima. Oh my.
Look at that.
Stars and garters.
The fact that this is all Roger Stern too really piqued my interest. He had him there. I was like, dude, these are Roger Stern. Getting them.
This is the other than his Avengers run, this is the other thing about Jeff Johns I don't like.
Wait, hang on. There's too many Supermen on that cover. We can't have all those legacy characters.
They aren't. It's all Superman. His costumes. And he's worn.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he's worn over there.
Okay.
The one of them he's right on the cover. You saw on the bottom left cover is basically Superman wearing his kryptonite armor for defense, his spacesuit.
Is that Lois?
Not sure who this is.
Might be the Tomorrow Woman. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Or somebody from or a villain escaping from the Phantom
Obsession,
Zone.
Maxima, and two guys named Superman. And tomorrow. Look, Zach, dinosaurs.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. So that was, if you notice that this is I think this issue right here was the beginning of Lee Simonson taking over. So
Ooh, that's bright. I like that. How the brightness stands out with the darkness.
yep. And then she's continuing with Lee Simonson. Paul Ryan is doing the art. Whoever Pete Ryan is.
He's someone that he was around for a while. He died about a year ago.
Mm. Janky is doing the inking on that too. And then for the final issue, which sucks because seeing him on a book, I didn't know he wrote in Superman, is James DeMatteis.
That's cool.
So
Is it Silver Banshee?
it says Day of Judgment. I don't know. It looks like one of the Furies though. She's got the tape on, like in the final.
It's like it's the skull looking head though, like she.
Oh,
has.
on the left it is, yeah.
On the left, yeah.
And so at the tank though, it's like fifth. It's like the fifth element. So, dude. So yeah, I got all these. You know.
Nice.
Zach, I only have 4. Do you mind if I go next, just in case? I said
Do you still have the old computer?
Yeah, I'm getting.
You're on
I'm
Pirates one?
going to order the new one tomorrow.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I just have 4 here, and
You got
You're not-
Green has more books than me this week.
it would have been. It
What
would
is
have been.
going on?
It'd be 5 if I had a functioning brain, and could tell the difference between a 5 and a 4.
That's okay. You're 61. We forgive you.
Yeah, that's one number I can remember, and F you. Okay, I said there's really no particular order, I guess, but I did pick up the Vampirella vs. Superpowers, and
I didn't have that cover.
this guy, I forgot, is a one-name Japanese artist, maybe it's a woman, I don't know, but this is so much like Jose Gonzalez, the artist from the Black and White magazine series of the 70s. As I thought it was. I thought they just basically repurposed one of his old sketches. Incredible. We talked about the book enough that we don't need to go any further into that. As far as the 3 DC books,
You got
my
3 DC books?
my least favorite was Justice Society. I'm just I don't know. I guess to me, Jeff Johns I'm kind of holding him accountable for his past success, which was tremendous on this title.
Oh yeah.
This I don't think is even coming close to his previous runs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I realize that comics have changed in the interim, and there are all the new rules you have to play by and everything. But I'm struggling to, I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's as much there as I was hoping. for Jeff Johns' book, but I'm by no means going to stop reading it. So we'll see where it goes from there. I guess next would be Action Comics. I don't know. It's kind of a tie.
Oh, you picked up Action Comics. Okay.
Yeah, this is more like Metallo, basically his redemption arc, which I get. Yes, why do we have to redeem all the villains? But at least he's kind of doing it for his sister, who we find out Hank Henshaw has got in his whatever you want to call it. He's kind of screwed her up, and we see what happens with her at the end of the issue. But I think what made me like this a lot was the second story, the Dan Jurgens, John Kent story set when he was 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the Superman book, remember the little girl that befriended John on the farm?
The little alien princess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, are you reading this?
I was. I haven't read the last couple of issues.
I read the
she did a humongous heel turn.
Did she kiss John Kent?
No. She's evil.
Oh,
she's manipulating him into helping her, and to get her kingdom back. Actually, it's because not because she's the rightful queen or whatever. It's because she's like the bad guy that
she's Thomas Elliot.
More, yeah, that's a good way to put it. But and then the Steel story was light years better in this issue than the one before. So that helps also. So there's
Wait, are they done with the Power Girl story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they replaced Power Girl with Steel. Okay.
Yeah, that's 2 issues ago.
Gotcha.
And from what I understand, I know we disagree, but
was the Steel one the one where her and Connor Kent were trying to break a force field, and she had Connor Kent use his heat vision to heat up the hammer? I caught a preview or something of that, and the dialogue sounded really, really bad.
Yeah, Joe sent me a DM and said, "Boy, that story was terrible." But yeah, I said so. I did like that. And
what is this? He sent me the paper for my bids.
He's done that for me a couple of times. He's sent a little. It's almost like a receipt.
Yeah.
And last Green Arrow, I'm enjoying this. I like the art. It reminds me of Paul Pelletier, who I'm a huge fan of.
Okay.
And I'm liking the story. And I said, as I put into one of our groups yesterday, I really liked this until the last page. Because I'm just, I said, we don't, they're trying way too hard to make Peacemaker a thing. And I don't, like I said, I don't think, he's far more interesting in 3D than 2D. And I said, as far as the Waller thing, I think what we're going to end up having happen is, since we've got all these multiverses, this has to be a different version of her.
I think
because that character, she's sort of like a fat female immoral version of Nick Fury. She's like that important to DC. Yeah, because you always had Fury in the background. It could pop up anywhere.
Right.
Waller's kind of been that person for the DC universe to varying degrees depending on what version. But this one is just, she's just a stone killer now. And there's no redeeming that, even in comic books. So there's going to be a twist that's along those lines. There almost has to be.
Yeah, right. Undead Quinn is saying Power Girl is getting her own book. I know she has at least a one-shot coming up. I don't know if it's an ongoing or not. I know Fire and Ice are also getting a limited series, which is interesting.
Part of what makes those characters fun is their sex appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And before everybody starts with, you just want to fap to it shit. It's they are what kind of make those characters fun. like even Black Canary to a degree who hasn't looked this pretty since probably before Rebirth.
Yeah.
So you can do that without being overt, whatever. But and yes, I know Power Girl still has the window, but she kind of looks like
They gave her a lot of sleeves. She
But she-
used to have like the bare legs and
she looks like a fire hydrant with boobs now.
yeah.
And that's by design. It's again, it's that's that part. Some of the new rules I was talking about are that you can't. I wouldn't be surprised that the guy that does the art on Green Arrow doesn't get a talking to. Because at the big two, it's just verboten to show women as overly attractive. And I don't think I'm wrong about that. But anyway, so I got those 4 books, and would have been 5 if I got Nightclub. I will get that next week. But
Dang.
All right.
But I'm kind of really enjoying Dawn of DC. I did another video with Wes, kind of contradicting the video I made last month, because I do have some nice things to say about Dawn of DC.
Yeah.
The other fun thing, real quickly, I got Jim Schwartz's paper. It's
Like, did you get his books?
I don't know. That's what I'm questioning.
Yeah. That's funny. I saw some of those books with the bends. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was this book here.
No. Oh my gosh. That bend at the. That is a nice looking book.
I put in a new board in it, but that board, dear God, I don't know what to do with it. But that was horrible. That one board was so freaking messed up.
Yeah.
Stall for another minute. I will be right back. I don't want to miss Zach's books.
Yeah. All right.
The books that are less than his. What world are we living in? Green has more books than me this week.
Right.
Wow.
I was like, should I have my camera on in case I cut myself? Everybody sees the blood. What's going on?
I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, my LCS. So I went to my main one where I have my pull list.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any ambassadors, not in my box or not up on the wall or on the stands, just none. And they've always had some issues of ambassadors on the shelves before, but again, I think maybe they might have just sold out because I got there pretty late. So I went to the second one that's fairly close by, went through all the traffic, and they didn't have any either. So yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe special order one, or I even said in the Discord, if somebody has an extra copy, I will gladly pay you.
I gotta tell you, every time I go through this box that gets me from E, it's always like, oh, is that my book? Did I get somebody else's book? Because I don't remember these in the books I order.
I know I used to make lists as the auctions went on, and so I could like tally them up at the end of the night, and then I would throw it away. Now I'm like, I should probably.
I really don't have time to do that.
Because every now and then I know I get books that I didn't bid on, and I'm just like, if it's a big one, like right. I got sent that She-Hulk the Fantastic Four issue where She-Hulk's caught sunbathing. I got sent that one by mistake like years ago, and I remember because it was a big issue, and so I had to send it back to E. But since then, I don't know if I've gotten any like smaller issues. But
my other pet peeves when I get books and they're not in order by number.
Oh, I don't care so much about that. I did find this though. This isn't huge. I'll give you all a little sneak peek. I did find this at my LCS. I've been slowly finding these. What is it? The Sins of Youth, the old DC. Yeah, these Sins of Youth event that went on at DC in the 90s. I've been slowly finding the different issues for this one. So yeah, found this one at my LCS over the weekend. They had a sale. Nice. So this is Superman Jr. and Superboy Sr. This is Connor, by the way, not John. Nice. So yeah, so I have 4 of them now because I have the Wonder Woman, Wonder Girls one. I have the Justice Society, and then the actual like Young Justice one.
You know what's the scary thing about those?
What's that?
They are now as old as a book from 1950 would have been when I started reading.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's weird. I said because when I started in 75, a book from 1950 felt old, looked old, was old.
Mhm.
Now in 2023, a book from 97 or 98 does not feel old. Doesn't look. It's just weird.
Well,
But
you open them up and you have that newsprint paper on the inside.
yeah,
Or at
but it
least the
just
old trades. Yeah.
but it's crazy that because I've noticed that because now like even at our store, the back issue bins, there aren't that many of the old books left because they're just out of circulation.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about driving in Tega. I was thinking about when I first started going to the one where I work now. It was like a couple. It was in a different building, but
Mhm.
I would love to go back in time and look through the back issue bins in 1981
Oh God.
just to
Yeah.
see what would have been.
Yeah.
Stuff
Well,
that
yeah.
would be behind the counter under glass now.
The
We're probably
19
just in the bins.
Well,
Like I
yeah.
said, a $2 copy of Spider-Man 129 that I bought in 83 or 4.
Can you imagine if you're like, yeah, if you're even going to the 70s, you got books from the 50s that are probably the back issue, like as far as the
Yeah.
westerns, the sci-fi, the
And
the childhood
superhero.
books. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
And then what was probably $100 was Amazing Fantasy 15.
well, like I said, I bought the first Punisher. I had a choice, $2 or $5. The mint copy was $5. I went with the $2 one because I was cheap even then.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, that the shape the book that I paid $2 for then is well into 4 figures now in that same condition.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But that's
I
I'd
mean,
love to see what those bins
the-
would have looked like.
Their back issues were, like you said, even then, they're probably like Detective Comics.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just
Mhm.
because it's and now there's 40 plus years of back issues that didn't exist when I started going there.
Right.
And so, like I said, a full comic book shop in 81, like I said, the treasures it would have if you go back and look through them now. All right, enough of that.
All right, folks. Here's my 3 books for this week. God, only 3 books. I saved so much money. I was able to
He's
go
also
get a
gonna
burger.
You've also got a new shirt on too.
No, I've had this shirt. I've just never worn it on camera before.
Exactly, it's a new shirt.
This is one of my gym shirts. Number 3. This is Justice Society of America. I have the connecting cover variant, even though I don't get the connecting cover variants. This is the only cover they had in the shop.
I know. I almost got that one too. I was like, you know what? I'm a cheap bastard, and it's got a Power Girl on the other one.
I normally go for the cover A because it's the cheapest one. This one's $4.99, but it's the only one. Yeah. No. This is actually probably my favorite issue so far, because it doesn't center just around the Huntress. We find out there's some stuff going on with Beth Chapel and Yolanda, the new Dr. Midnight.
Yeah, Yolanda was pretty much. I love her reaction with Beth, and just getting aggressive, kind of how she was on the show.
Well, so I thought she seemed even more aggressive than normal, and he didn't give an outright explanation right there. I think it'll be a future storyline, a story thread they pick up, because Yolanda, if I'm not mistaken, was killed off in her original appearance or her original run. I don't know about Beth, but I think Yolanda was killed.
They mentioned something about Eclipso.
Yeah, Eclipso, and then a Lazarus pill, which to me sounds like Lazarus Pit. So I'm thinking there's a connection.
She needs one because she felt, and I guess she's an addict.
Yeah.
Wasn't Rachel Wildcat an addict for a while? An alcoholic?
I think he
don't
might
know.
have.
Maybe he was punch drunk.
Might have been. He might have had some problems with alcohol.
Painkillers.
Maybe. But overall, no, I enjoyed it. They bring up Per Degaton. It kind of dives into a little bit more what his overall plot is. Huntress did have a really cool moment, a cool badass moment in this, which Vakeman, I'm sure you liked, since we went over Roy Harper, what he did in the Death of Donna Troy last week.
It's with where she fires the crossbow.
He fires the crossbow and shoots off Per Degaton's finger.
Yes, so
I thought that was really cool. He even goes into he has this moment where he goes into the future. He talks to his future self. and his future self is mad. And it's like, now we're missing a finger, you dimwit. Like, what happened? I thought that was cool.
Because he
Um,
said he's like, why do we have to go like to erase the teens from the future? Oh, it's the past. He's like, why can't we just go to the past? It's like apparently it's some ceremony that you're doing, ritual ceremony they're doing by sacrificing,
right,
But,
right.
Yeah, her shooting his finger off
Yeah,
is like he basically learned from is that
yeah,
he can't predict Huntress at all.
yeah.
moves at all.
Huntress is like the wild card, basically.
Zach,
But-
did you read the Justice League All-Star Squadron crossover from the early 80s? Yeah. Wes,
don't think
Joe,
I
and I did a retrospective on it. It was Justice League 207, 8 and 9, and All-Star Squadron 14 and 15.
207 and
Mhm.
209. I have it. I definitely, I'm seeing this cover. I definitely have this cover for 207. I don't know if I have 209 or
Yeah,
208.
The reason why I bring it up is because Roy Thomas is writing All-Star Squadron and Jerry Como is writing Justice League.
Okay, I do have
And,
209.
and to me, it's the quintessential Per Degaton story
Okay.
because it was so intricate and involved. And I think that might be another thing I'm holding against this story. It's
Mhm.
it's hard. It's like after reading Avengers 164, 5, and 6, it's hard to read Count Nefaria in the same way because the best story with that character has been told already.
I understand that.
So I think that might be another thing that's working against me with the Justice Society.
And I totally agree with you in that. So Jeff Johns, the original JSA run that he worked on is one of my top 5 favorite comic runs of all time. And so yeah, I did find myself doing that, like comparing this to like the previous stuff that he's done. Like I have 2 of the collections on my wall. I'm still trying to track down volume 1. So yeah, and there was actually even a pretty good Per Degaton story in there too, where he like scatters the JSA have to go back in time and talk to all of their original counterparts. That was a pretty cool story.
Well,
I want to go back and reread that actually.
The Jeff Johns JSA first series
Mhm.
was the best thing DC did in the first decade of the 21st century, period.
I fully believe that. I really do. Better than Justice League. Better even than his Teen Titans.
And-
for sure.
And I loved just about everything DC was doing at that time.
DC at that time is still my favorite era of DC. Like from the 90s through the early 2000s.
First 20 years post-crisis, that's real good reading.
Right up to Flashpoint. Then Flashpoint messes everything up. But yeah, no. So this, there is some bias I have just because I love his previous run so much, and I want this. I want to hold it up to the same standard. And like this is issue number 4, and he's getting there. I wish he would get there faster, but I know he's kind of got some other groundwork that he's laying with. They had, I know he's got some other parts of this golden age that he's mapping out and trying to get going. So I hope that once he gets fire and like it's on all cylinders, but he's not quite there. He's getting there, but he's not quite there yet.
Let me ask you another question.
Mhm.
Justice Society, Stargirl, and the Lost Children. Who you
Yeah.
got?
What do you mean?
Pick one.
Of the Lost
Which
Children?
yeah, which book do you think has been better so far?
Oh, well, Lost Children ended. That
I know.
one's done. I did enjoy. Right now, I would say I probably enjoyed Lost Children, Stargirl and the Lost Children, a little bit more.
Same here.
Because I liked all of the Golden Age sidekicks and even like the new ones that were made just for the story. Like I like Jay Garrick's daughter, Salem the Witch Girl, several of the other sidekicks. I also liked how they had Hourman, the third Hourman, show up. So, but that one even took an issue or 2 to like really get the ball rolling. Like there was a lot of like exposition, I feel like, in the first couple of issues. But yeah, I mean, by no means am I saying that this is bad.
No, I'm not either. I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the Hourman that shows up in Stargirl.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read his 25 issue series in the early 2000s?
I have a bunch of issues of it from Ease Auction. Actually, I haven't read into them yet.
Really good series. For those of us that have an affinity for Snapper Carr,
Mhm.
he's a regular, and his girlfriend just can't dump him fast enough to get with Our Man. And I said it's very well done. I forgot who the writer is, but Rags Morales is the regular penciler.
Yes.
And aside from the fact that he makes everybody 5'2", I really like his art, and that's one of those series that when E and I talk about series that no one remembers, like Resurrection Man,
Hmm.
Hero, Our
Right.
Man, I put in that category.
Yeah. I definitely, it's one that I need to read into. Like I said, I got like 7 or 8 issues from E's auction, and every time I come across an issue in the wild that I don't have, I buy it up to add to the collection.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to go
Power
through it.
Man, Resurrection Man, Power Man.
I mean, you can find. I mean that series will cost you $26 because that includes the Our Man 1 million. But it's unfortunately if you're looking for it, I mean it's dollar box material.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, dollar boxes tend not to be in any kind of order.
It's
I can't
it's a
wait till we get
dollar. It's a dollar until James Gunn announces they're going to do a TV show.
Did they do an action? Did they do an Action Comics 1 million?
Yes.
They did a Justice League 1 million.
There's
too.
about 41 million issues. Every DC book had a 1 million, whatever month that was.
So we're actually past that. We're at 1,900,000 now.
Yeah, they did the whole 1 million AD.
Yeah, Aaron's
Flash.
head would explode trying to figure that out.
Ash, or not Ash, but the Flash is at 1,800,000.
All right, book number 2 on my
Thank
top.
God.
3. I'm sorry.
Blame me. I derailed it.
JSA is my favorite DC team.
You have 3 books. And it's taken you forever.
Green Arrow number 2 is my number 2 book. Really enjoying this. I like what Joshua Williamson is doing. The two stories. You have Ollie and Leanne. They're off on another side of the galaxy somewhere. And then you have Roy and Dinah back on Earth trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I agree with Breen. Dinah has not looked this good in years, at least since Ed Bennis's Justice League. Maybe a little bit past that. But yeah, I like seeing Ollie. He's fighting these alien, drug dealers and fat cats. All of a sudden now, the new villain, Troublemaker, does make a little bit more sense with how she looks because she's an alien. So also she looks pretty hot too, according to like the beauty standards that we normally see from DC. She kind of stands out. But yeah, Ollie and Leanne have a cool conversation. The boxing glove arrow, best page in the book in my opinion. I love the boxing glove arrow. It's my favorite of Ollie's trick arrows. Of course, like I said, the chili bit was fun. And then Leanne brings up, there's some force that's like purposefully keeping their family apart, which I think is interesting because she's like, yeah, settled it. I like how Joshua Williamson, I like how he's he's been using past events. He's like, plugging things in, making different pieces fit. So with Leanne, how she was an orphan and she was like in Alleytown in Gotham, she was like with Catwoman's group or whatever. He kind of plugged that in. They do bring up how Amanda Waller vanished after the whole War on Earth 3. Now, granted, they also say somehow Amanda Waller returned, but at least I like how they're at least trying to make the story fit in canon instead of just like forcing it.
She?
Maybe this new Amanda Waller is the Earth 3 version. I don't know, but yeah, and maybe even the last
Amanda Waller, maybe it's Eclipso.
Maybe. But even the last page didn't really bug me as much. I get it. Peacemaker, he is a bigger deal on screen than in the comics. But he hasn't even been in the comics, really, until he people forgot about him.
Am I the only one disturbed by Peace Wrecker?
No.
He's a female version of him, basically.
There's female versions of everyone. There's Batgirl, Supergirl.
It's just got the same fishbowl on it, or telepole. It's just she takes it off. She's bald.
Maybe.
Now, a lot of that's tongue in cheek, me bitching about Peacemaker. I just,
Yeah. Well,
But
I
I
also
do-
think it's kind of smart in a way because I mean, at least they're trying to have like some synergy going
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
I know.
between. Which, if you are gonna get new readers that watch the movies and stuff, I think it does make the transition a little easier if there are any that do
The
that.
transition.
Ah, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it though. Sean Isaac's art is fantastic.
Is that who the artist is on that?
Yeah, Sean Isaac.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like his art.
Number 1, Breen, I'm sorry, but it is Nightclub number 5. Yeah.
Don't apologize because I can't count to 5. That's a me problem.
This man, this one was so the last few issues have been fun. This one got heavy. Like they brought some heavy stakes and weight to it. So we get the exposition on like who the bad guys are, the Spiker Gang, like Nathan said. You know, one's like this Confederate soldier from the Civil War. One was like this farmer's wife that's been she was bitten when she was pregnant, and she's just been pregnant for like 80 years. Yeah, and then there was like one guy was a sailor who went into some some alley and got bitten.
Basically went the wrong alleyway.
Yeah, wrong alleyway. I mean, he's not a huge. And then there's this guy who's like a total just jerk, and he's just like always telling people to like kill themselves online and troll people online. He's just like this really evil dude. The sadist, yeah. And then of course there's the old grandma woman that they say she makes noises and talks in a language nobody knows, and they basically just keep her in this water tank, basically. So you get a lot of exposition about the bad guys that the undercover cop gives to the kids. Big thing happens, and then the bad guys come into view, and then they're like, listen, you guys have been superheroes and doing all this heroic crap. I don't know how I feel about that. Then somebody's like, but maybe they were just doing it to get famous and get money. He's like, yeah, good point. Let's quiz them. Let's kind of let them prove their worth. And so basically they give them an ultimatum. There's like, you come to us and you kill your families, or you stay away from us, we'll kill your families, and then we'll kill you. So yeah, it got heavy real quick, and they let him go. They give him like 24 hours or something. Just really, really heavy. It ends on a cliffhanger, with one issue left of this current arc or volume. So it went from being like, hey, kids being fun, having vampire powers, to now it's like, holy crap. So, and also there's another big twist that happens in the middle there. I didn't want to give it away.
Well, the cop, we learned that he had to go through the same initiation. Yeah,
he did. Now, we found out with the cop, he took it from like a Dexter point of view. He just went after criminals, like murderers and drug pushers, and he went after people nobody was going to miss, which I was like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, the thing with Undercover Cop, it turns out he's not a bad guy after all. He was actually a good guy. But those are my 3 books. Now, I did read Ambassadors, even though I did not have a copy of it. I did read it. I didn't dislike it as much. It's towards the bottom of the list for me. It's not as good as issues 2 and 3. Those were my favorites. The thing about him being a politician, or even like a closeted gay politician, didn't really bother me quite so much.
It just felt bland.
I mean, look, maybe, but
it wasn't pandering, but it just felt bland to me.
It was not pandering, which I appreciate. I also like how it's not like every gay person in Marvel or DC, like you can tell they're gay just from looking at them, like how they dress. They look like Hellfire Galled Out or whatever. I appreciate that this looks like a normal dude, and
he's in a wheelchair. He's on an oxygen mask. He's smoking a cigarette. I'm like, where's his bell already? Ding, ding, ding.
So yeah, I liked it though. I mean, the most interesting stuff did not have to do with him though. They did a lot of exposition with the villains, what they're doing. God, there's some bad villains though. Like they throw this girl up in the air and call heads or tails. And
his granddaughter. It's like, he's like, oh, that's
well, no, it's not that guy's. It's not the politician's granddaughter.
No, it's other guy's granddaughter, and like their poor farmer, and like the house is on fire.
Something else they did that I appreciated, they finally called back to that very first scene in the very first issue where it's like this kid, he's on the run from this guy in a van, and you're like, what does this have to do with the overall story? They finally, so like, besides the heroes, there are these villains, but this one's like trying to turncoat. He's trying to be a good guy, I guess.
He's the Bill Gates.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, no, I did like that. So the back half of the issue, I feel, is more interesting than the first half, and the art was good. I like the artwork a lot. So, one issue to go, and then Ambassador's first arc will be done. But that is all I got for this week. Really, really short week for me.
So, Vank, did you say you've got a box of comics?
Yeah.
Do you have back issues, Zach?
No back issues, not this week.
All right, Vank, do you mind if I show my handful just for the hell of it, and then you?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Just a couple of things I was reading the last couple of days. Now, Zach, did you see?
Oh, wrong one.
Did you see my Beast Boy Sucks Doom Patrol variant?
You mean Changeling sucks? Yeah.
No, Beast Boy. In fact, he sucked so hard he had to change his name to something cool.
Nah, he had that awful. That mask was the worst part of that era for him.
The Trial of Beast Boy.
Beast Boy is a cool name. It rolls off the tongue. Better than Changeling.
Here's another Doom Patrol.
Elastigirl has one of the best outfits in superheroes.
Well, used to. Now, again, new rules.
No skirt, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's Justice League 22. Beat to death, but
Nice.
I love these Comic Pro line bags.
Nice, Alan and Hal.
Yeah, it's from the first Crisis. Here's number 60 with the obligatory Batgirl guest starring appearance.
Is that? Oh, it's Batgirl.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was like Queen Bee or something.
Well, it is, but it's
She's on the
Batgirl.
Oh, I see. I always
look,
see Batgirl.
And
Now.
look,
Okay.
only half a Superman and half a Flash and half.
And then number 61.
Oh, that's cool.
61 guys.
Wait, who is Hawkman sharing a face with? Is that the Shade or?
I can't remember. And I read that earlier today. He didn't get a whole lot of attention in the story, but yeah, so that's been getting my old DC on the last couple of days. But that's all I got. So, Mac, if you want to,
Yeah, I'm just
switch us out.
I will.
Hey, I'm not getting any younger.
I'm still
If-
putting some books
then
away.
Hey, put ratings on the big screen then. There you go. Because remember,
Not ratings. I'm
Zach equals
you want-
ratings.
I did get this. Okay, so I got this last Saturday, not this current one. Breen, you might be interested in this actually. So I picked up my LCS. They had like a half off all their backstock sale 2 Saturdays ago. Can't talk. So I got this issue. This is Fantastic Four 108, and it says it's Kirby's last issue before he left Marvel. Now, it's not like Kirby had already left. I think after issue 102. This was a story that they scrapped and that Stan went back to get the pages for, and they plugged into this. But technically speaking, this is Kirby's very last issue at Marvel, or to be published by Marvel, I guess. So yeah, I picked it up
Until he came back.
Until he came. Okay,
Yeah.
You know what? Don't take my thunder from this. So I thought that was. I thought it was pretty cool though. It's his last one at Marvel, at least for this time frame, where they fight against the Nega Man.
No, that's very cool. I mean, what made you decide to get that?
It was cheap. It was half off. This was one of the cheaper backstocked issues. Also, it's Fantastic Four. I'm on a big Fantastic Four kick right now. Surprise!
Hey, be grateful you were able to find an old Marvel. I mean, they're like, it's easier to find snow in Miami, and I don't mean cocaine.
My LCS that I go to, they have a good amount of old Marvel and old DC. The problem is the guy who owns the place, I feel like he prices a lot of them more than what they're worth. I mean, and I understand he's trying to make a little extra money, but putting a sticker on there that says it's Thanos' 5th appearance, like, does his 5th appearance really matter as much as the second, or like? I don't.
I'll say right now, you can You can get away with that with Marvel Silver and Bronze Age books.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get away with that with DC in any era, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I said my advice to collectors now would be collect DC.
Yeah,
It's fun stuff, and it's compared to Marvel, it's infinitely more affordable.
He's got some DC that's in the same ballpark as the Marvel, but a lot of it does seem to be at least a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I saw that on the wall, and I was like, you know what? Half off, $20-something. I'll spring for
Well,
an issue.
if you go back a year from now, all the DCs you said were comparably priced to Marvel,
Mhm.
they'll still be there. The Marvels won't.
Or they might be. I mean, again, what is James Gunn gonna announce for DC next? You know.
Well, the Authority bump lasted about 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
The
Authority
Authority,
didn't last
yes,
that long?
yes.
Yeah.
I know Creature Commandos. I mean, now I had a trade like a year ahead of time, but the trades for Creature Commandos shot up on eBay. Those were up there for a while
Well,
until they just did a reprinting of it. I
yeah,
know.
93 I think was the first Creature Commandos in
Mhm.
Weird War Tales.
Right.
That shot up to 100. I'm curious to see what it is now, if it's changed.
Yeah, I know the trade paperback collections, they were up to at least $50 or $60 a pop on the trades.
Wow.
Then, like I said, then I noticed that they
I got
had
that at
reprinting.
Ollie's
Really? The
for
trade?
$3.
Well, that was probably the original one. They just did a brand new
All right.
reprinting of those Weird War Tales. Now I'm trying to find the Creature Commandos series. I think it's only like 8 issues or 10 issues from the 90s.
It's still I think it's more the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like 93 will cost that's 100.
Dang.
But I'll tell you what though, I will say this. Then it goes 18, 12, 12, 14, 12, 14, 14. So those aren't cheap, not like your standard DC.
But you find that in the box? Don't eat that.
What is that?
A McChicken sandwich?
It's my dinner. I
Oh.
know.
Okay. What to say?
I forgot I put it in there. I was like, oh.
War and Western tend to be more expensive than superhero across the board.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
I got some really cool stuff here.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be spit in the face. I want to be cool.
Hey, nobody told me I wasn't cool this week. It's a good week to be me.
I'm off my game. I apologize.
I know you got more books than me. You're not not cool.
All right, kids. Are you excited for this?
Aye, Captain. Ooh.
Yes.
Nice. Ooh. You know what? I used to laugh at that costume for Goliath, and it's growing on me.
And thanks for getting those, because I was getting tired of describing them.
Red Guardian.
Have you read that yet?
Yeah, the True Believers one.
Yeah, he is most heroic.
Yes.
Is he not disappointing father figure like in Black Widow movie? Look at Hercules. What a Chad.
Why is Scarlet Witch just laying down there?
Why do you think?
Oh, my head. Let me
To
lay
sell
down
the book. The Whirlwind. Quicksilver.
Floating heads.
Giant ants. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Hercules shaves.
Magneto in an Avengers story. I like those actually.
And that one has a new cover. That's by the great one.
Gil Kane.
Yes.
Don't look, Zach.
I like that guy. What are you talking about? Ooh, more Quicksilver with the green costume. Nice.
It's weird now. And then the next issue, right back to the original covers.
Yeah, the next issue.
Iconic. All that's missing is Professor X in the middle going, fight!
all that's missing is the Avengers falling down and saying, "Hey, who is that guy?"
So now, in case you're wondering, that X-Men 100,
Mm-hmm.
that was what that was kind of like a somewhat of an homage to, because that Avengers annual, that was kind of the first one to do that.
So, and then we go to this cover.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
It was a good story. I did like that.
That's a cover.
I thought it was Medusa at first with red hair. It looked closer to
You
Sky
know
Armor.
what? I thought the same thing too for a split second.
She's very bulky. This
And you can
have to
find
work.
that. You can find the original annual in pretty good shape for about $25.
Oh wow. Superman and oh no, it's the issue where Supergirl dies in Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's the same pose and everything. That's cool. Yo.
it's a reprint though. It's not
Oh yeah, $3.99.
Who cares though? It's awesome.
Still, that's an awesome cover. Yeah.
I can't remember what convention I got that, but I bought Flash 123. I've had the original issue.
Nice.
$100. Cover was split in two,
Wow.
and that was well over 25 years ago. So I said, that book's so expensive now. I can't
Is that
even.
the wedding issue?
Yeah.
Is that what issue is that?
This is
That's
I need
270.
Batgirl.
284.
Oh, 284.
It's a
So
it's a
he-
recap, I think, right?
Okay, because yeah.
Oh, it's not the actual wedding issue then.
No.
Oh, okay. What?
Oh no. They got married in like the 100s,
What's the thing with Batgirl going on?
but she gets.
Well,
That
no,
Iris-
Iris costume party.
Yeah, and that when she's
Oh.
killed, she's dressed as Batgirl at a costume party.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh.
Been said he's
That trollop.
but as they see the film Superman.
Da, da, da. Oh, that's two. The better
Yeah.
one.
And then Professor Pixel with his debut cover work.
What?
Do you know what this cover reminds me of? And I said it before, and I'll say it's a John Byrne story. Issue 2 of Superman. Post-crisis.
Oh,
He has
okay.
Peter? And there's Clark Kent on it. It's like, oh, that's not Clark Kent, baby. Superman. And then we have the Flash plus
Dr.
the
Fate.
non-Jared Stevens.
More Dr. Fate. And
Yes.
Captain Boomerang.
And now we get to the cheesecake.
Yes, please.
Hmm.
Not the. You know what? I did see some Champions issues too. When they had that backstock sale, I thought about getting some Champions
Now?
issues.
Adding to my collection, I've been waiting patiently for these for about a year and a half now. I mean, just to find them.
Ooh.
Everybody in the chat is speechless. They haven't made a comment since 4 minutes ago.
Know that V is happy. Likes his Black Widow.
I like that. I like that card. I think it's Art Adams, isn't it?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Skip? Is that Chris Marinin Champions?
Look. It says on the cover.
I think Chris Marinin was the artist on the second Nova series.
It does not say, there's no initials on the cover. It's from October 2005, League of Champions,
League of Champions from 2005?
number 14.
Let me see here. 2005 League of Champions.
You saw this one. This is the one I had to put it in a new bag. I say the same bag, but I had to put it in boarded because it was bowed out. It got crushed inside the box. fact that nobody was really bidding on some of these books, I couldn't believe it.
It says written by Lou Mugen and art by Henry Martinez and Rob Lansley.
That's cover art?
It doesn't say cover.
Hmm.
It just says art by. I assume it's the same. Does the inside look the same as the cover? Huh? Oh, I like that Spider-Woman cover though.
You'll like the next one even better.
Oh,
It happens when you leave the bathroom water on.
yeah.
Perfect.
You get the wet bandits.
It's actually just a giant mountain. It looks like water, doesn't it? I think it's supposed to be water. Can't tell. But, and then we get Sins of the Flesh, Corvette Saga Part 2. Just kidding. Then she gets a little doggy action here. Real by night.
Oh, apparently Charles Marinin is from Sacramento. Told Skip he was.
What do you think, Skip? Why would Skip be asking then? Jeez, I wonder.
Hey, look at that! It's Human Torch and Spider-Man and the Lizard
and Lizzo.
Dude, did you look at the gameplay trailer for the new Spider-Man game? Lizard's in it. Ah, he looks awesome.
And then we go to a book we read on an issue we read with our favorite Australian.
Oi, it's the kangaroo.
Oh, I remember that story.
Electro.
The Coming with the schemer.
He schemes.
And then you should know what this is, right?
Punisher's first appearance. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
I tell you what that is a book that used to be semi-affordable.
Yeah. That's Black Widow's first costume appearance. Your new costume, right?
Yeah, it was right. But it led to the. She then got the feature in Amazing Adventures.
Is it the gray outfit? The gray costume?
The black and blue bodysuit.
Yes.
Okay.
She was the first time she had long hair too.
And also, yeah, she was fighting against so much on a rooftop, and then she realized that he's not, And
then the Amazing Adventures series did well enough to where they got the idea to pair her with Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have had a follow-up. And Spidey's like, "Hey, you're that person that's randomly attacked me on the building. What the hell?
What's your damage, lady?"
Kazar.
Great series. That's Bruce Jones and Brent Anderson.
Little 4-issue miniseries.
No, that's not a miniseries. That's the first 2 issues of a 34-issue run.
3 issues. 4 issues. Keep going on. All right, so that's just one small part of this.
Spider-Man and Shauna come this close to getting it on. Because Kazar is presumed dead for a few issues.
Oh, nice. What did Mary Jane think about that? Oh,
this was early to mid '80s. This was before even Black Cat.
This is when she was dating Paul back then. Speaking of Spider-Man, actually, hold on. These aren't Spider-Man, but these are basically kind of like the old dailies we used to give Spider-Man. But these are something even cooler.
Batman?
Yeah. This is volume 2.
Nice.
Here's
Oh,
volume
very
1.
cool.
Those are cool. I know I have the first one. I don't know if I have the second one or not.
Yeah. But pretty much black and white issues.
Nice.
Newspaper strips, yeah. Yeah. Kitchen Sink Press. it's the company that did it.
I love that.
All right. Oh, there is some more here outside here. I knew I almost bought these too. All right. All right.
Oh, nice. That's actually, I know everybody loves that first cover where they're all like, it looks like they're looking up at a camera, but that is one of my favorite Justice League International covers. I have that one too. That's the ugliest that yellow girl from the Green Lantern.
Ariza?
Yeah.
God, that's Kevin McGuire too, and he did not do ugly girls very often.
He did not, but that is the exception.
I'm not going to argue that. You're right.
That's a cool cover too.
Not as cool as this one.
Yeah. Is he a man or is he a Muppet?
But then the one after that.
Oh yeah, the Rick Flag, the Suicide Squad one.
Yep.
That's cool. Bronze Tiger.
Yeah.
There's very little better than what Venkman just pulled out of that box.
Oh,
That's some
man.
good stuff.
Yeah, 1987 DC was just
I'm running out of room.
tremendous.
It's like, I'm at the point where the box, I'm like, the left side's getting ready to go.
Gravity's
much
about to
weight.
be a heartless bitch.
A lot of paper in here, though. Hold on here. Oh, these are old ones, Kate. By the way, that's mine. Nice to know that he's at least putting my sheets in here and not just more Jim Sorensen's.
I didn't get a sheet in mine.
You're lucky. I probably got it.
Mine was like an envelope though. So
Oh, there's more of these.
more receipts.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right. All right. All right. Number 7. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, is that the bent? No, that's the Kate's run.
Yep, Kate. Donny Cates.
Kate's run was good. I
mean,
really bummed that they
how can I
ended it.
pass this up when I see issue 8 is this?
Yeah, he had the mech robot suit. Yeah,
He had the
Kate's had-
Gundam.
Kate's had a really cool run going, and then he
Kate's
went off of it and they gave
watched
it to Alan.
Toonami as a kid.
It was cool. It wasn't a lineup that was just like the movies, at least not right away. He did some cool stuff with Groot and with Star-Lord. That's cool too. Where he has like the green slime coming out of his mouth.
Yep.
That's neat.
It looks like we got issue 9.
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that story so much. It's my first Justice League.
There's only 2 books in here. Or there might be more. Might be 3.
It's well, I know
9,
if you want the whole Lightning Saga, like
9, 10, 11. I have.
Yeah, so part of it goes into Justice Society of America as well, because it's mainly a team up between the Justice League and the Justice Society, and then they have the Legion of Superheroes sprinkled in there too.
This is 10. You should be 4 here. And then here's 11. Or 8. Sorry.
The Beefcake cover.
8, 9, and 10. They're just.
You know a comic is old when they have those Got Milk ads on the back.
Well, you know a comic is at least 10 or 15 years old when you have women that look like that on the covers.
You also know when you know this guy's not playing basketball anymore.
Yeah, but that's Vince Carter, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just retired. He had the longest career in NBA history.
Wow.
Right.
Crazy.
And then
there was
One-
even more.
Yeah.
That suit. You showed that one, I think.
no,
No,
this was mixed in.
Really? Oh,
Second one,
okay.
yeah. And then we have Stargirls.
Yo, yeah, that's the first appearance as it Stargirl or Star Spangled Kid?
Stargirl.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I think I tried to get it. That was one of the ones you were like, nope. That's cool.
Number 40.
was she not called Stargirl at all in her first series?
I think she was Star Spangled Kid.
That's
Because
right. I guess it-
she took the title from the original Star
Yeah,
Spangled
she wasn't
Sylvester Pemberton.
Sylvester Pemberton.
She
Yeah.
put it on. Yeah, and then she had the belt.
Yeah, because I showed those one night on here, right? The Zero in the first issue of Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was I think that either that one or the one Venkman just showed got up to triple figures for a minute.
All right.
Nice.
Jim Balent, man. You tell.
That Catwoman
You
costume.
can always tell by the chest it's Jim Balent because he puts balloons.
You can tell by the costume. Yeah. For real.
I said, I'd love to know what his wife looks like.
I know. You see how like J. Scott Campbell models his women after his wife?
Right.
Oh, that's cool. Is that part of the Our Worlds at War story? The art? Maybe it's just the artist is the same.
It's Kelly, Mankey, Bermejo. What's so funny about Truth, Justice, and American Way? This is, you know what this is?
What?
I believe this is the versus the Elite.
Okay.
Retrospect we just did.
Okay.
The one you couldn't make it to.
Yeah. Ooh, that reminds me. I gotta read The Return of Donna Troy. Yo, I have that one. I have that whole series.
Yeah,
Those are
back
some awesome-
back when Sylvester Stallone was Nick Fury.
Those are, man, the Contessa. God almighty. And Dum Dum Dugan. Being a boss. Those are some great looking covers, though.
Got another chastity for my collection of books.
That is also a great looking cover.
Those are hard to come by for some reason. All right, number 15.
Oh, okay. I think I have that one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And this
I
is
love Justice
number
League International.
16.
Yeah. That one's cool. Because one's, is it Fire and is Ice the other one? Or is it Black Canary?
That's Fire and Ice.
Fire and
Fire and
Ice.
Ice.
Yeah, they. Nice.
I want to read this on the channel.
Oh yeah, well there's the other one where the roles are reversed, and it's Guy looking down at Lobo.
Bonus book, free 16-page second feature. Said before they did backups.
Nice Guy is those issues are so much fun.
And then, because you saw that,
I told you.
back.
I told you. That's the one where they're flipped. Yep.
Once Pixel gets his money back and he's able to get the DC app, okay, we'll read those two books back to back. It'll look fun. Oh, and then we got this one here.
Oh, I've got that one too. That's a good one. I think that's the one where they end up going to Apocalypse. That one, it's pretty funny actually.
Unless Granny's making house trips. Or house calls. All right.
I think I have that one too.
This is
I
number
got
21.
Fire. I got Fire's legs. They're just sticking out.
Breen's favorite.
The Ed Asner issue.
Oberon Unleashed. We got this one. The Injustice League.
Doesn't that become Justice League Antarctica? That one issue? I think it's like an annual.
Invasion Aftermath extra. That was during the Invasion storyline, I guess, or afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I know there's an annual where they become Justice League.
And then we go to this.
Hey, that's one of those. I like that cover. I like the cover a lot.
Yeah, that's what I've got. If you look over my shoulder there,
Yeah.
that's what I have
But
on the
we can't,
wall.
but we can't see it because it's off camera.
That's a great Justice League. I want that one.
And speaking of fire and ice,
Yes. Oh. They
And then
don't do
here's
it like
ice.
that no more.
we call
That's not the same ice. And that's not the same. Oh, that's flare, and I thought it was actually fire.
That's Flair. Woo!
Yeah.
a lot better than his daughter.
I kind of think she's hot for some reason.
She's not as hot as the Irish last kicker.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I agree with that anymore, but yeah, it's,
So I got this one. But yeah, I paid $10 for this one. This is
That's the oh, what's his name? Oh gosh. Not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
is that Welcome Back, Frank?
this is okay. This collects Punisher 2001 through 12.
Yeah, I think it is the Monucci story.
It looks like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, you need to look it up.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was blanking on his name. I went to
Yep.
Sylvester
Bonucci's
Stallone.
Crime File. Welcome back, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is. I said that is one of the best story arcs in comic book history. It's just I think I laughed out loud at least once in all 12 issues. Yeah, Spacker Dave, the mousy woman down the hall. But I said the polar bear. That's I said that might be top 5 comic book moments.
Yeah, like I said, of course, you see how it ends for her. He's just gonna burn their own thing. Yep. Yeah.
Have you read that, Zach?
Have not. I was not huge into Punisher stories.
It's you don't have to be. That's kind of what makes the story.
I gotta ask.
Okay.
Did you watch Thomas J. Punisher?
I never have.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
I saw
That's
it.
one where Kevin Nash plays the Russian.
I saw it years
and
ago.
they fight. Yeah, and he throws them through the thing. And
Yeah, Zach, there's and
Yeah, he gets like in a knockdown drag out fight with that Russian guy.
You've probably heard us talk about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Punisher's chasing some bad guys at a zoo, and they're in the polar bear pit.
Uh-huh.
And the bear, the guy's
Is this
gaining
in the comics or the movie?
it's the comic. This is the one Venkman just showed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he goes, that bear looks entirely too docile. So I guess that won't do. So he punches the bear in the face and then takes off. And then the bad guy catches up to the bear and goes, oh, look, it's a polar bear. By that time, the bear's pissed. He just lops the guy's head off with a swat.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, well, if you can make a decapitation laugh out loud funny, this story does it. And what he does, what's left of Monucci chasing Frank, and how Frank gets rid of her for the last time is it's hysterical.
Okay. That's Welcome Back, Frank?
Yes.
Okay. I'll add it to the list.
Yeah. Just look at the guy's face.
Look at the bear's face.
Ooh, the bear's face is what I'm looking.
The guy's like, oh shit. And of course, you see her face on the next page.
Yikes.
Yeah, not a huge. I was never a huge Steve Dillon fan, but it fit this story.
guess the whole thing is frank. Everything just every gun. I think it starts. Does it start off with the shotgun, or is that the next one? I remember there's one. It must be the next story, but yeah, you can just see this. It's like he's already got the gun to the guy. So that's the thing I love about Garth Ennis's stuff, and he is for the mature reader.
He is, as seen in The Boys, multiple times per issue, per page.
So then we go to another book. Yep.
Court of Owls, one of
Night of
Scott
Owls.
Snyder's greatest thing, or Night of Owls.
Great Capullo's art, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this Batman Night of the Owls. Let's see some of the art here. Some art. Great Capullo's art is I love it, man.
It's really good.
I was looking at they had here we go. Fun book, man. Like I said, this collects I think this is collects, let's see.
Who's trolling, Rhaegar? The only troll I see here is you. But you're an okay
All right.
troll.
So then we go to another book that nobody really was bidding on.
Ah, wow.
Yep.
Everybody sleeps on Shazam, man. Nobody wants to pick it up.
Includes the Big Red Cheese's shining moments from his first appearance in Wiz Comics to his modern incarnation in the DC's New 52, featuring talents of Bill Parker, CC by Kurt Swan, Elliot S. Megan, Jerry Ordway, Jeff Johns, and many more.
Nice. I wonder if the J Bone story is in there.
Is that it's the 70s Shazam series?
Mm-hmm.
About 8 of those issues are 100-page super spectaculars,
Oh, wow.
and they're all Shazam stories, unlike a lot of the other ones that just had different Golden Age, Silver Age. And so they a lot of the old Fawcett stuff is reprinted in those. So I don't know how much. I know you're a fan of modern day Shazam, but if you like the old stuff,
Yeah.
if you come across this, a couple of them are expensive, but most of them are reasonable.
And then you have this one going up through the modern stuff.
Yeah. The New 52 one I actually didn't like that much. They kind of snuck it in. They did like the
Well, of course you
backstory
didn't
thing.
like it because it has the best artists on it.
Who's the best artist? Gary Frank?
Yep.
He's a good artist. He's not my favorite. He's a good artist.
Yeah,
every Gary Frank's a great artist, but everybody he draws looks like they've aged rapidly due to smoking 3 packs a day for decades.
Hmm.
You look at their faces; they're all just
Haggard.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll look like Eric Breen.
I look good.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that volume 1?
Book one.
Starting at the beginning.
Actually, that sounds like a
And
good
he
idea.
stayed on Flash for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Jeremy Adams was only on since like 60 something.
760 something, yeah.
Yeah.
Fegman, how do you find time to read any of this stuff with as much as your other stuff as you do?
Sometimes I binge. Sometimes I sleep.
Hard to read while you're sleeping.
That's true.
So I'm told.
Yeah.
You can try audiobooks, but then you still end up missing a good chunk of it.
I hire a Victoria's Secret sports model to read to me while I'm sleeping. So I want to be distracted.
Must be nice.
If I could hire a Victoria's Secret model, it wouldn't be to read to me.
Nope. It'd be for something that's considered illegal.
Should be reading my rights. All right.
Conan. You
Well,
know what?
You also can remember that this box is like a month, or actually feels like 2 months old.
This is a lot of auction books, I guess, that are built up. That's an awesome
that
cover.
he does takes forever. He fills up a box before he sends it to me. Otherwise, he usually sends them to me like everybody else. We get that. You know,
Conan and Sonya together is really cool.
hentai.
By the way, I shared a tweet in the sports ball chat. Did you see those Frank Frazetta? It was Frank Frazetta tweeted out. They're doing a collection of Fire and Ice comics based on.
I'm gonna tell you right now that Frank Frazzetta's not tweeting on anything. That guy is dead.
I know, but it was from his business or whatever his Twitter account.
Right.
Bill Willingham is writing it though.
Way to just kill the illusion, Bank.
Yeah, Bank.
The illusions. Hey, Stan Lee just tweeted something out too today.
No, it's too recent. Anyway, I was trying to share some cool news.
Go ahead.
About Barbarian comics.
I got 2 more issues, 2 things up the show.
And you like Fire and Ice, so I thought you might be
Pat Benatar?
No, not Pat Benatar. Ralph Bakshi. I think it's his name. Anyway, never mind. Keep going.
That's Pixel.
Zach. Tell me if you don't agree with me. There are times when, don't you wish that there was a feature where you could reach through your computer into Magnus and just choke the shit out of him?
No, but maybe
I don't know about that.
The Three Stooges and just like poke them in the eye.
Now watch, you might start speaking with an English accent.
Bloody hell.
Ooh, I like that cover.
This
Nice.
is number 2. Is this a second volume or is this the original?
No, it's a reprint of the original.
Oh, it's a reprint. Okay. And then
Oof. Attack of the Alien Blob. That's not why anybody picked up that book, though.
If they bought it for the articles.
it's
Yeah, of
the
course.
it's the attention to detail. The armband right here. You see right here.
Mm-hmm.
It
How it
looks
shines.
really nice. No.
Your finger is covering up the detail. There we go. That's better.
I can't tell. Can you? Oh.
That giant Ewok from hell.
That's Vapor. Like I said, Vaporella had tremendous art in those days.
Yeah.
There was a time when you could go pick up Creepy, Eerie, and Vaporella. All 3 of those were so good.
So
good.
Speaking of, did one of you guys tune into the 50th episode of Mad Men in a Box where they covered Doctor Who Cares?
Was this our 50th episode this week?
Yeah, there was 8 people
I
on
missed
panel and 6 people watching.
I missed it.
I went to bed. That was exhausting.
I normally get caught up on video games or stuff while I have it playing
I
in the
know.
background.
I normally stop in to troll.
I was trolling Joe because he looked to be in physical pain.
Can't stay up all night with those young whippersnappers anymore.
No, I don't think it was that.
No, the expression, some people, you don't suffer fools gladly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might,
Oh.
Joe might encounter that sometimes with Jimmy.
I
mean, it's all in Jessica. Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
But it is funny. Like I kept DMing and saying, "Wake up," because he looked like he's like sitting there like he's like nodding off. But Chris looked like he had like a tux on.
Yeah, it's the 50th episode. You gotta
Pixel had a jacket, a suit jacket.
Oh, fancy.
Jimmy, not so much.
So you know what? I can't believe this. I gotta give it to you, Zach. You have a good eye.
You did. I knew it.
Oh wow!
Call me crazy. I knew you had an extra copy of it.
So I might go sell one of them tomorrow.
There
and
you
see if I
go.
get any money. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Call me nuts.
We don't call you that.
Wow.
But man,
How has my computer lasted 2+ hours tonight when I couldn't
I
even
know.
I couldn't even get through a half-hour recording Monday.
I don't know, man. Maybe because we're not reading.
No, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I'm going to try tomorrow night, but there'll have to be a contingency plan for somebody to pick up my voices because remember I couldn't make it through the last reading I tried to do.
It's true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is true.
God, that means it might make it through Saturday night.
Oh, you won't have a get out of jail.
Is Breen still here? I can't hear him anymore.
Thank you, sir.
Did we lose him?
I knew I liked you guys.
I thought I heard something of
Yeah, Aaron. It wasn't my fault. My computer. It just
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He was here, then the next minute
He's gone.
I just heard a lot of swearing, and then
It sounded like Pringles cans were being crushed.
not Pringles cans. Herbs and spices popcorn from Trader Joe's.
My
I've
new
never-
thing. I got a new thing now. My new snack is pretzel sticks.
Oh, me too.
Those are delicious.
I've been getting those, and I'm buying like cheese dip to dip them in.
See, mine. So I found out. So down here we have a local potato chip company called Zaps, and they have a flavor called Voodoo, and it's like this over spice, like it's a sweet, spicy kind of flavor. And so I found out they do pretzel sticks with this Voodoo seasoning, and it's like crack. It is incredible.
Rhaegar, don't you bring that shit.
Don't you speak that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
You know, I think the pretzel sticks that the flavor that I'm eating are kiss your abs goodbye.
I've never. New thing now have. They have the for both versions of Doritos, plus they have the Cheetos now. In little cans. No. Pringle cans. Don't know why.
Are they stacked like Pringles or just filled?
I don't know. I haven't opened them up yet. They're still sealed, but they probably are.
Yeah.
Unboxing, unopened.
I had a whole bunch of Pringles the other day because I rewarded myself for a really good workout. Wow. They don't even stack them.
It really is inevitable.
Easy.
Mariko Tamaki will enter the chat at some point.
Every time. That
And
is a good flavor, though. Cool ranch.
It's reminding me that I haven't had dinner yet.
Yeah, I've got
Goodness,
leftover pasta in the fridge.
It's pretty much the best version because now you can just. There's so little.
That's easy mode. Do that with a bag with the full size chips. Then you'll
Why
get
would I do that?
respect.
All right. So, all right, kids. If you enjoyed tonight, click that like button. And if you didn't, bitch and moan now because I won't care later.
Or you can leave a comment. You can complain in a comment too. That'll help.
Let us know how much you love this channel by complaining about it in the comment section down below.
By the way, so if what I understand is correct, Reading Club has been pushed back for 2 weeks. Because I'm
HR can't make it. I haven't got a chance to read the books. I have been busy.
You haven't read the book this time. What? How the turntables turn.
Wow, I can't even remember what the book is. That's how much I cared about it.
It's this one.
It's exactly. It's
book one.
I couldn't even remember it.
Should we go ahead and have a moment of silence a little ahead of time for Diamond?
I heard about Diamond. Yeah, the guy at my store was talking about it.
Yeah, they're done.
It was Image, right?
Image, yeah, they're not going to survive this.
Exactly. That's why I was, man.
Yeah.
It sucks because Skybound is attached to Image. I hope Skybound continues without Image.
Well, aren't they going?
Yeah, they're just going to Lunar.
They're going to Lunar.
Yeah, it's a smart move because Diamond is apparently it's one of where the kids now have the better ideas, but they can't get dad to sign off on them, and they've just
yeah. I don't understand that.
all the big ones have left, and
Yeah.
it was interesting that someone pointed out 3 years ago, Eric Stevenson called DC sociopaths for leaving Diamond to go to Lunar, and now 3 years later, they go to Lunar and leave Diamond.
Lunar is what Merc uses right now.
It's for who?
Aaron Sparrow.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Corel and Dolan. They
Okay.
use for Merc Publishing. They use Lunar.
Yeah.
But
Now,
they also run exclusive. Like it comes to Lunar first, the issue with their books.
Yeah.
But then they run a special Kickstarter, version of that issue. Like when Born of Blood was coming out, about 2 weeks or whatever, or within a month or whatever. So they'd have a special version of there, and it offer you can get add-ons, especially like metal prints or other stuff too, other variant covers, exclusives that weren't available before at the shops. Yeah. So they actually make it really good if you're a collector, you're a fan. For the people though,
cool.
You get good books, but you also get exclusives too. You pay a little more, and like I said, it helps them run the business, and they keep going. It's smart business practices.
I do think, because you told me your shop didn't get any Marvel this week.
No,
I don't think mine did either. I think they only got DC and independent stuff.
No, IDW. It's IDW and Marvel were affected for this because IDW and Marvel are going through Diamond or Penguin.
Yeah, I thought, and then on top of that, the guy at my shop told me that UPS is possibly they're thinking about going on strike. They're probably seeing the Writers Guild.
Sounds about right.
Hey, that's a good idea. So I don't know.
Then FedEx gets out of the. So then they go with FedEx.
FedEx will get all the business. Like there's multiple.
Or mom and pop store. Or it's, you know what? Cool. It's cool if you guys want to go on strike. The problem is that these companies, unless you have an agreement, they'll just get someone else to replace you.
Yeah.
They did that with Laddish here. Does all stuff, and other people came in and worked, and those people were pissed off. Well, you can't do that. He's like, well, you don't want to work. Yeah. Laddish here in Milwaukee, what they do is they make the giant, machinery parts for the machinery, like for all the construction vehicles and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're constantly running in there like that place. So it's like it's dangerous. Like they have like this huge garage door. So if it falls in you're cut in half. Also, they're always melting steel there too. So it's always like super freaking hot in there. I've heard horrible stories of people that had accidents there. I've heard of people getting their hands caught in machinery. But when you're working with stuff that's super hot, people think of Terminator 2. Thumb up as he goes into the.
As he melts into the lava or whatever it is.
Yeah. Like I said, shouldn't really joke about it. I mean, like I said, like I would never want to witness that. But get that blasphemy off the screen. Look at all that brain be on the screen. Quite so he's blasphemous. We've been going for
2 hours
and 18 minutes.
So the point that I was going to get for, if you do want to be in our reading club, which is on Ash on Comics Discord, we normally have it every other Thursday, so we would have had it tonight. And we are going to be talking about Mark Miller and Olivier Capel's Magic Order. This is book 1.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I think it's only like 4 or 5
Good
issues.
to know, because I'm
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's 1 through 6. It's 6 issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to rib you too hard for not reading it. I just read through the whole thing today.
I was showing books.
No, this is earlier today. Good story, though. I enjoyed the story a lot. But anyway, if that's something that might interest you, we do that usually after the stream over on Ash on Comics Discord. We all hang out. We just kind of go through the book and we talk about what we liked, what we didn't, so on and so on. So we're not having it, it sounds like, this week. So we're going to push it back.
Unless you and Ash do it, and then I don't know if Skip read
Ash isn't going to be. No, Ash isn't going to be there.
He said he might, but unless he changed his mind, that was about an hour ago.
I think. From what I read, it sounded like he wasn't planning.
Well, he said to record it.
Yeah.
I was like, Either way,
silence.
um,
Anyway, though, if that is something that might interest you, 2 weeks you can read, pick up Magic Order digitally, physically, whatever you want to read through it, and then come join us while we talk about that.
And then tomorrow, as Zach already mentioned, he's got to read these books tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central.
Yeah, I do have to. I'll reread. I've read these books before, but it's been years.
I went through because we do not have the DC access to the thing, so I had gathered some
Do we
files.
not?
The show. No, we don't.
Right.
I'll be going through. I'll be showing each page of it.
Nuts! Yeah, I was logged out. Wait, no. Am I still logged in?
No, you can't because it's he didn't. As I said, the little puppet ran out of money because he spent it on going to the Philippines. So we got to wait 2 weeks.
I don't know, man.
Probably the same time I get the Marvel books. So, yeah, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. It's a follow up to our last week, so where we did the death of Donna Troy. Now this is the return of Donna Troy,
which is about 2, maybe 3 years later. So she didn't stay on for very long.
Well, for us, it's been a week.
For us, it's been a week. We had that benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
Good story though. I remember the death of Donna Troy. That was one of the first big Titan stories that I read. It didn't really affect me because I didn't like Donna Troy too much at the time. Now I love Donna Troy.
Jackson Roykert, yes, that was the outside of New York, the Platboro.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Semi truck. Now this is the second time that I know of. The last one was 2017, I think it was. The semi truck got derailed. I guess a lot of people in the shops are really happy this time because this time they actually sent out notifications letting you know. Because the last time it happened, their email connection or as far as contact telling sellers, retailers, oh yeah, they told some, but they had I guess problems communication. But this one they're at least letting people know that IDW and anything else comes through Penguin, basically it's gonna be about June 7th, the latest.
By the way, it's funny, the book in the left-hand corner, that was released this week as a facsimile.
Oh, Iron Man?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That was, yeah. See? That was another one that was supposed to be released, but it wasn't out.
Yeah.
But that's the one I would pick up because right now I have the came out last year, that little 4-issue collector's edition. It had Amazing Spider-Man #1. It had X-Men #1, Fantastic Four #1, and I forgot what the other one was.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to buy that because I bought Iron Man #1, and the facsimile would have cost me twice as much as the actual first issue did when I bought it.
See, if I would see how the opposite, I'd buy the facsimile because it costs cheaper than when I go to buy the #1.
Well, yeah, I said, yeah, $2 when I bought it versus, and it was not in good shape. I mean, it looked like mice had eaten one of the corners off. But even that one would probably be $800-900 today.
So, as far as we know, as I was talking to the shop guys, they really didn't release any more information. Just know there's a crash. 2 drivers are dead, or seriously wounded, or something like. But yeah, we don't know if the truck caught fire too. All you know is when the semis, if it was a head-on collision, maybe whatever. I just think that, man, they want to reprint the box. If the boxes are salvageable, give me half off, man. It's Marvel book. They're not worth full price. Give me $2. I'll pay $2 for a damaged book. As much of the worth the story is. Especially if it's a Ryan North Fantastic Four. Although $2 is still too high for me.
Hey, Ryan North's Fantastic Four is not terrible.
No,
There are worse books out there.
You could have this instead, or have Ryan North Fantastic Four.
I can have 1 issue of Spider-Woman, or I can have a whole collection of
I'd still go for the 1 issue Spider-Woman.
Hey man, they don't have Ebon. I'm sure who's the artist on that? I know Fantastic Four has Ebon Coelho, who's
1979. This is number 21.
I guess I'm gonna have to do the homework and find out. Spider-Woman. What's the issue?
Oh, and some kid wrote their name on there.
Oh, oof.
So number 21.
1977, number 21.
Well, I have two copies.
Yeah, you have 2 copies. Here we go. Don't open it. I've got it right here. It's Frank Springer and Mike Esposito. Edited by Jim Shooter.
Yep. It's approved by the Comic Code Authority. I'd say no, it's good.
So also, you know that this stream might have reached its saturation point.
40 million seconds later.
Yes. And also for those who don't know, if you donate $1 or any dollar, any amount you donate, it has to be at least $1 because that's what Ko-Fi wants. You know, we can't do any less than that. You get to pick out our next reading. If there's a Marvel DC book you want us to read, let us know. So check out the Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/puppetteam. Money goes to basically going paging for, well, the DC reading app, which we definitely need the money for right now. You want to drop $1 or so. And then we also need for the Marvel app, which is these are all yearly things. So, and then Streamlabs. Or is that Streamlabs?
We will make you holler for $1, Rhaegar. That is true.
If you donate $1, we'll bring Rhaegar on to read with us. We'll drag him on here.
He's gonna be here trolling anyway. You might as well.
Right? Do it on camera, sir, or don't do it at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
And remember, kids, Zach equals ratings.
I would love to see that reflected in my personal life, but sure. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'd love to see it reflected in this stream.
I've never seen.
But I blame the audience.
Wait, what?
I've never seen you in the blue shirt.
This is purple. You still haven't seen me in a blue shirt. Actually, you have seen me in a blue shirt. You said I looked like a referee. Because you thought it was white and black stripes.
Because it wasn't black and white stripes.
No, it's blue and brown stripes.
Why would you wear blue and brown stripes? That's like a crappy combination.
It works.
She just admitted that you wear ugly colors. All right, take care, Jackson. He's all right, children and grandpa. Time to head out. Yep. I can't be on screen on my terrace according to the FBI, along with PragerU.
Oh. Wait.
That's all right. I mean, if the Liberty guy could be on camera, who cares?
That's true.
All right, kids. We will see you tomorrow at the retrospective at 6 p.m. And then after that, I think we'll do the next issue of Fantastic Four, the conclusion of what lurks behind the beehive.
Is it a 2-part story?
Were you not there? Were you not there last week?
I was there. I didn't know if it's a 2-part or a 3-part story.
Ask that question at Breen. Breen will let you. We have to save Alicia, you know? Because she's going up against him. Yes.
Which will be played by Pixel. Because he always does him in the other comic.
Does he even have any lines?
Pixel? Probably a lot. All right. Good night, guys.
Say good night, kids.
Good night, kids.
Oh, shucks. The Yankees lost again.
Yes!